All right, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Skill Up Show. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Are you with me? Welcome to the Skill Up Show, that show where we talk about your young children, preteens, and just teens. If you are in the house, shout out to you. Today, we are going to be talking about a very interesting subject. We're going to be talking about how we can help our children monetize their skills. Do your children have skills? Do they have talents? Have you been able to identify their superpower? And don't tell me no, because every child has got some superpower right in there. Every child has got that one thing that the child is good at, that one thing that when you put that child with many others, you will realize that that particular child is exceptional in that thing. A lot of times we're not paying attention to our children. If we are paying attention, we will find the things that our children love to do. We'll find the things that our children are interested in doing. We'll find the things that come very easy for our children. We'll find the things that our children do instinctively. Okay, we'll find the things that when our children do, you realize that they set themselves apart in that space. The reason we are not doing this, or the reason we're not paying attention to some of these things, it's because we are too busy oftentimes. Okay, we are too busy as parents to notice them, and we see everything that children do as too much play. If we can stop looking at everything that they do as just play and begin to understand that there is a lot going on behind the play, and that their superpower lies in the things that they do every time. Good afternoon again. My name is Maribel Chima. I am the founder of the Parenting Through Mentorship Academy and PTM Resources. And I am the proud matron of the Mastermind Circle with Kansi. The Mastermind Circle is a peer mentorship and accountability group where we help children begin their journey of consolidation. Consolidation is that time in the life of a person where you take all that you have been learning, all that you've learned in school, your parents, your church, your mosque, your coaches, everybody, all that everyone has been instructing and teaching and training you, and then you take all of it together and you begin to make intrinsic effort. You begin to make personal effort, okay, what we like to call self-direct. You begin to direct yourself to achieve those things, not just because people are chasing you around, not just because people are insisting that you do it, but because you now understand why you need to do it. You now understand how important it is to you, to the people around you, to your community, and to the world at large. Okay, this is what consolidation is about, and this is what we help children achieve in the mastermind. We hold them. I mean, there are strategies that we use to do this. Okay, we have our accountability system that we use to hold these children responsible for their actions, or responsible for the goals that they have set, the commitments that they've made. If you are here, please don't just be in the background. Let me know that you have joined me. If you're catching the replay, let me know where you are watching from, where you're catching the replay from. And if you're here right now, don't be in the background. Let us know that you are with us. Okay, let us know that you have joined. Let me know that you have joined me, and let me know where you are joining from. Welcome to the Skill Up Show. I'm just going to give a few minutes so that other people can join us for the show. The show is more fun when everyone is here. So let's just give a few minutes so that those who have to join will join us and we can move. How are you guys doing? It's Monday. It's a new week. Okay, I hope you are all to an amazing start of the week. Okay, for parents, I hope you are ready to smash, and you'll get ready to help your children smash this week. Sometimes our children, a lot of times, it's not sometimes, our children are going to ride on our energy. Okay, so if your energy is right as a parent, then your child's energy is going to be right. A lot of times, the reason Our children struggle many times, okay? The reason our children don't get off, right, motivated, or they don't get off to that amazing start, whether it's of the day or of the week, it's because as parents, they don't see us wake up with that energy and the resolve to, you know, be the best version of ourselves. They don't see us excited about the things that we do, or excited about the things that are ahead of us. So when we are not excited as parents, when we are constantly complaining, when we're constantly dragging ourselves, when we are not committing to our own commitments, it becomes difficult for our children to do the same. Are you here? Don't just be in the background. I'm giving a minute. Okay, once it's 6, once it's 7, I will move on with what we have to share today. So I'm just going to give one more minute for other people to join us. What's happening? This is wobbly. I want it higher. Okay, so I'm just going to give a few minutes, one more minute or so that all those who need to join us can get in here. Let's skill up. Okay, the skill up show is a short show, so it's not one that we want to waste a lot of time, you know. It's not one that we want to waste a lot of time in. We want to get in here, do what we have to do, and be out. All right, so I said once it is 7, we would move on. I will shoot. Okay, if you're here, let me know you are here. If you are catching the replay, let us know that you have joined and you are catching the replay. Okay, all right, so let's go. So we're talking about how we can help our children monetize the skills that they have. And do not tell me that your child doesn't have any skill. Do not tell me that your child does not have any superpower, because what you need to do is to calm down, pay attention, look at your child, be present indeed, and you will realize that there is that thing. There are those few things that your child is great at. There is that thing, or more than one thing, that your child is excited about, that your child is interested in, that your child is happy doing, that your child is exceptional, that your child does instinctively. Okay, it could just be something as simple as noticing how when things are not in the right place, it points you to something immediately, that your child has got eyes for details. Okay, it could just be simply singing all the times. It points you to the fact that your child has probably got ears for music, or your child recognizes good music, or yeah, your child just simply, it could be dancing. It just points you to the fact that, oh, your child's got the moves right there, and your child could make for a great, it could be anything. Let's not restrict them. Okay, let's pay attention, and we'll begin to see this superpower. Your child's greatness, your child's purpose is tied to everything around them: their skills, their personality, their skills, their personality, their makeup, where they were born, where they are found. All of these things come together, okay, for your child, come together in the mix for your child to live the purpose for which they are created. So do not take anything for granted. So you need to start paying attention. So today we're looking at those skills that they have. Are those skills just going to sit down there, or is it possible that our children that children begin to place value? Okay, our children begin to build on those skills to the extent that the skills that they have become valuable. And if the skills that they have become valuable and make our children worth paying attention to, then is there anything wrong with them monetizing that skill and offering it to the people that need it? Not at all. Okay, not at all. So if your children have worked their skills, worked their talents to the extent that the value of that talent can solve a problem, the value of that skill can make a difference, the value of that skill can improve the life of another person, the value of that skill can impact other people, then if these people will definitely, okay, if these people are willing to pay for this value, why not? Why shouldn't your child, right, monetize these things? Okay, now the biggest, I need you to know this, that the biggest difference between financial success and financial failure is how well we know how to manage money. Okay, so you cannot raise children in the 21st century and you want to you want to separate them from money. It's not possible. Okay, the knowledge of money is very, very key. I will repeat that quote again. I said, the biggest difference between financial success and financial failure is how well you manage your money. So yes, especially even for us adults, the difference between failure and the difference between failure and success in your finances is in how the finances are being managed. Very, very key. If you must master money, right? If you must master money, then you must know how to make that money, isn't it? So if you must master money, you must know how to manage money. And if you must manage money, then you must make money, isn't it? What money are you going to be managed if you don't know how it's made? It's not easy to manage anything that you do not know or you do not understand how that thing is made, isn't it? It's easier for you to manage a thing when you know the dynamics behind that thing. It's easier for you to manage a thing when you know the origin, you know how to make that thing. That's the reason you see people start businesses. Take, for instance, tailors. You're a tailor, you start a business, and you don't know jack about it. You don't even know how to put needle to thread. And then you get a couple of people and put in your shop, okay, and they begin to do this for you. And one day you wake up and number one person is ill. The next person just doesn't feel like it. You will find that people will crumble your business. They will bring your business to the ground. Why is this? It's because on your own, you really do not even have an idea. You don't have an idea, okay, about how to make this thing at all. So it's not enough for you to have money, right, and just put something on ground because you have money. It's a lot better when whatever you are doing is something that you are grounded in. Okay, now you can delegate. You can get people to do the other, different part of these things for you. But you sit pretty when you are not just delegating, but you understand what the basics about this thing is. And then they knowing this, in practical terms, the simple fact that they know that it's not like you are completely alien to this skill is the reason why they respect and they know that they cannot bluff, right? They know you will call their bluff anytime. All right, so it's the same thing. You cannot manage money if you do not know how to make money. And if you do not know how to make money or manage money, then it becomes difficult for you to master it or to multiply it. So therefore, we must know how to manage. We must know how to manage money, okay? We must know how to manage money. We must know how to make money. And this is done by learning. The only way to make money, to understand how to make money, manage it, and multiply it is by learning how to do this. So yes, if you're raising your children to make money someday, to manage money someday, and to multiply money someday, then you need to teach them the skills that will help them do all of this. Okay, so making money is a skill and it must be taught. It must be modeled and it must be practiced. Let me repeat that. So making money is a skill and that skill has to be taught. It must be taught. Okay, that skill must be taught, that skill must be modeled, and that skill must be practiced. So it's not enough for you to say, oh, let these children focus, okay? Let these children focus on schoolwork, please. I beg, when the time comes, they will make money. So you're simply saying, let my child focus on math and English, physics and chemistry, art and all of that, right? When they become, at what point is that? When they graduate at 17, right? When they graduate at 17, they're not even thinking of making money. They're still thinking of going to school, isn't it? At 17, they're off to college or to university. They get to college, university, and your child is graduating at age what? Age 22, 23, 24. And that's it for you. That's when your child should wake up and start managing or start learning how to make money. That's what happened to our generation. That is what happened to our generation, where we did not have an idea We didn't have an idea. So we were 20, 22, 24, and 25, and we were calling home every day for every single penny that we needed in school. That's the reason you saw a lot of young girls go into all kinds of funny things, chasing all kinds of people, or going around, leaving the principal reasons why they were in school and chasing their welfare, chasing their well-being in school, right? In all the wrong ways. Because what? We were not taught how to make, manage, and multiply money, because everybody thought all we needed was to make good grades before we graduate or before we come out and learn how to make money. It's a faulty foundation, and it's one that you do not want to repeat with your child. This is the reason that some of us are just learning. Some of us are just learning how to save money, how to invest, and all of that in our 30s, in our 40s. Some people, even in their 60s, at the point you are retiring, you have nothing but the peanut that is pension or gratuity. It happened to a lot of our parents. By the time they were retiring from their jobs, they had peanuts. Their pension, their gratuity is like what someone earns for in one day. Yes, some of our parents. My dad used to be a military man. I was young when he retired, but I know it was nothing reasonable. I know that it was nothing reasonable, right? You would have your gratuity, and your gratuity is something that a 20-year-old earns in 1 week. That's what all your 30 years of service is worth. And then the peanuts that happens to be the pension every month is something that, with the way we're going today, you'll probably just be able to buy a bottle of granules or something like that, a few years, from now, with depending on all of these things. So no, we can't be raising children that way. We can't be raising children that way. To make money is a skill. How to make money is something that must be taught, is something that must be modeled, and is something that must be practiced. You will teach your children the skill. You will get people to teach your children making money as a skill. You will model it to your children. You will model money habits to your children, financial habits to your children, and then you will get your children to put their hand to the plow and begin to practice. And that's what we're going to be talking about today, ways that they can begin to do this practice, right? Because it is said that if you show me, I will forget. If you tell me, I will forget. If you show me, I may remember. But if you involve me, I will learn. It is when they are involved that they learn indeed. It is when your children start practicing that they learn the act of making, managing, and multiplying money. And it's not something that they have to start doing when they are in their 20s. It's a wrong foundation. Don't do it to your child. Robert Kiyosaki, right? Kiyosaki. Yeah, Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, says that the most dangerous advice you can give a child today is to tell them to go to school and get good grades so that they can get a safe and secure job. Many of us still say these kind of things to our children. Robert Kiyosaki, a master of how to make, manage, and multiply money. Robert Kiyosaki is telling you today that it is dangerous. In fact, it is the most dangerous thing that you can do today, to be teaching your child or be saying to your child, you need to go to school. And a lot of us, it's not a few of us, many people still talk like this. Many people, this is still the basics for our children doing well in school in a lot of our families. In fact, when your children carry their bags and they're going to school, this is what you remind them of every time. How you show them, oh, have you seen that man on the street? Did you see the doctor? Did you see the lawyer? Did you see the engineer? Did you see the lady? If you don't have an education, if you don't do well in school, you will end up like the man on the street and all of that. It is a dangerous thing to hang on to. It is a dangerous thing to take your motivation from for your child in the 21st century. It is the most dangerous thing. most dangerous advice that you can give a child today, telling them that they should go to school so that they can get good grades and so they can look for a safe and secure job. There is nothing like a safe and secure job. There is nothing like a safe and secure job. Is it your job? Is it your business? There is nothing like a safe and secure job. The only safe and secure anything today, the only safe and secure anything today is what you carry, whether you are wearing a pair of jeans and a t-shirt, whether you are wearing a suit, whether you are wearing bikini, whatever it is that you are wearing, what no one can take away from you. Add that to the right character and you will be soaring in the sky. I want to repeat that. There is no secure job. There is no secure job anywhere. There is no job security. That thing they used to tell us. Okay, when we were growing up, they used to say to us, oh, don't work with this guy. Don't work with the private companies. Yes, so I don't know if they didn't tell you. I heard it at some point. Maribeth Acho, who is this? My child is 9 years and disturbing me that he wants to sell something. Okay. And me, I'm not selling anything. I'm a civil servant. It's okay. We don't all have to be like you. It's okay. That's why you are here. Please stay. Let us be gisting. Okay. So yes, I know that time when when we're growing up, and they told us, the government jobs are the ones that have security. Whatever we're talking, whatever we mean by security. I mean, I guess at that time it simply means, it's a job that will put your pension. Okay, there's pension and all of that. The fact that this pension is peanuts did not matter. Oh, it's just simple. So you see that survival mentality. We were raised with the survival mentality. Oh, just do the government job. It doesn't matter how unfulfilling it is. It doesn't matter how committed you are to it. It doesn't matter that you are not passionate about it. Just stay in there. And it's not just then, it still happens today. A lot of us, a lot of our friends and the people that we know just go to those jobs. There's no motivation in the morning. There is nothing, no motivation, no passion, no commitment. You just practically take the bag and drag yourself in at 10 o'clock, except when you have the witch of a madam. Then you show up at 9 because, my madam is a witch. We hear these conversations, right? My madam is a witch, so I have to go. If I don't go now, it's trouble. It's now the madam that wants you to do the right thing that is a problem. You who wants to come in once in 2 weeks, once in a week, once in 5 days, once in 3 days, you are fine, you are okay. And the fact that you have children at home with you, that you are exemplifying this rubbish too, is not a problem at all. Then you will sit down there, the same you will sit down there and insult all the government officials and insult everybody in this country and talk about how the country is messed up and talk about how nothing works. Meanwhile, you are lying down in your bed, in your house, when you're supposed to be somewhere making things work. You are in your house talking and telling other people or talking about how the country does not work. Okay, so you see all of this. Meanwhile, why are you there? It's not as if you couldn't have done better anyway. You couldn't have done better with doing something else. But no, someone told you once upon a time that this is where there is job security. But I want to erase that from your head so that you don't tell it to my little darlings. There is no job security anywhere. The only job security is the one that you carry in your head. The one that whether you're lying down in Seychelles or you're lying in, whether you are in the UK or in Nigeria, Namibia or wherever, the one that you can deliver from here, that is your job security. The one that you can deliver from here, that is your job security. The ideas, all of that is the only job security that you have. So no, if we're not teaching our children to curate solutions, if we're not teaching our children to identify problems, if we're not teaching our children to, if we're not modeling to our children and we're not putting our children in places where they can be modeled to and where they can practice, they can begin to practice these skills and manifest, then we are not teaching them how to make money. We're not teaching them how to understand money. And if you don't understand money, you cannot multiply money. And it's because we don't understand money as a generation. Yes, a lot of us do not understand money. That is why we're constantly looking for the places where there is a sharing formula. That's why we're constantly looking for the places where they dash. That's why we're constantly looking for the places where we can, where they have to drop. That's why we're constant, because we know on our own we cannot curate solutions. Do not do that to your child. Okay? Do not. So I was at a at an education forum, right? With educators, sound educators recently. Okay, and while we were having a conversation in that forum, what was obvious, even from the educators themselves. I'm an educator, but because I'm not actively in the system right now, okay, let me talk about those people. They are the people right now and today. They're the people in the system right now today, okay? And these people were talking from the 21st century educator, 2023 educator, this week, May 2023, perspective. And they were saying that the curriculum, right? The curriculum that we run today is not tailored for today's reality. And it's not just in Africa. It was here, okay, back at home. It was back at home, isn't it? Right? But it's not only in Africa that you hear these conversations. It's not only, in third world country that you hear these conversations. You hear these conversations even in the West, in first world country, you hear these same conversations. How they say that the standardized tests and all of the testing going on and all that is happening in the education system is not tailored for the reality of today. We are educating children for a world that does not exist anymore. That is why if you go to the West, you go to the UK, you go to the US, you see a lot of parents, more and more parents are beginning to homeschool their children because they are of the opinion that what is in the schools, okay, is not tailored to help these children navigate in the 21st century. And sometimes they look at it and they're like, the wars, the wrongs that are out there, right, that the children even pick from school are worse than, compared to what it is that they will miss if they stay at home. It's not something to even gamble with. So they would rather homeschool their children. Now, I'm not talking, this is not about homeschool, but what I'm saying is even the education system and the people in the system recognize the fact that the system is lacking in the areas or in the things that are needed to help children, to help us raise children with a holistic approach where these children can be wholesome in every area. And one area that has been identified to have one of the biggest flaw is actually in the area of financial awareness and financial education. Schools don't teach these things. They really don't. Meanwhile, at the end of the day, your success, basically, at the end of the day, is going to be dependent on your ability to manage, and multiply money, whatever field or whatever career, whatever it is that you end up doing. So I don't get it. Do you get? In another conversation I was having with some of my friends, coaches, and all of that, okay, in that conversation, we were talking, and I remember one of the coaches saying that day that the way the Western education came to us, okay, it didn't pay attention to the way that we learned, right, in this part of the world, right? Because if you go back and you look at the apprenticeship system, that's Igbo apprentice, the apprenticeship system that you have, you have what do you call it, the man that owns the business, okay, the oga, and then the young boy comes and the young boy learns under him, learns for a couple of years and then gets his freedom and all of that. Have you seen these boys when they own their own business? Do you see the confidence with which they begin their business? Do you see how resourceful they are when they start up? Do you see the ignorance of startup is not there for these people? And that's because the concept of modeling and practice is in that whole system from day one. So from day one, there is the training, right? From day one, there is the learning, the training, and consolidation kicks in immediately. Where the child is learning, the child is watching his master, meaning his practice is the master or the leader is modeling to this child, and the child gets to practice every day. So when you walk into the market, he's telling you, Auntie, na material you want buy, Auntie, na this, Auntie, na. So he learns to approach, he learns the skills that are needed for him to achieve this money skill, or for him to achieve knowing or the knowledge of making, managing, and multiplying money. Why are we not taking that apprentice system? Why are we not taking that system and modeling, and revamping it, in a way that, can revamp it to today's, and then use it more in our school than what we're doing right now? Is it like we can't see that system works? Can we not see that system is practical, that system works, and that system is authentic? So this is the facade in the education system, and that is what it is. It is the facade in the education system, because if you go back and you look at all of the successful people, you will see that there was practice, there was modeling, and there was definitely practice. It is said that Warren Buffett carried candies or whatever it is, and moved from building to building, shop to shop, in the foundation stage of his learning, of business and all of that. So why do we think that children shouldn't learn to make money? It just beats me. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I don't get it at all. And it is just really sad that even today as we are right now, a lot of us still believe that children should not learn how to make money. It is flawed. It is wrong. It is wrong. And then apart from that, principles don't lie now. Principles are solid. The principle of first mention is a thing. Why is your child not going to learn firsthand about financial education from your home? The principle of first mention cannot just be right in one aspect now. It can't only be that it is you that will teach your children about God alone. It can't only be right that it is you that will teach your children about morals. It's not right that it is you. It can't just be in these areas that it is right. We all know that we are the ones that will teach our children respect first, how to respect people. So we do not fail in that. We teach them how to respect people. For the Yoruba people, amazing. We teach them how to dobale. We teach them how to, do all of that. We teach them how to curtsy. We do all of that at home. And we know that it's principle, and we know that that first mention is at home. We do the same thing. We do the same thing where spiritual, knowledge is concerned. The first mention is at home. We teach our children first about our God. We teach them who God is and all of that. From home, that's when we teach. Even if we have to bring the malam at home, but it's at home. Even if we have to take them to Bible school, but it originates from home, isn't it? It originates from home, isn't it? So it's like that with even our tradition. It's from home. So why do we think that financial knowledge shouldn't be why they are with us at home? So we like to pick what serves us, and we leave the ones that does not serve us. Yet we are complaining that our children are entitled. Oh, they know it's money. Do you think I pick it from the tree? Did you show me how you pick it? If you don't pick it from the tree, I think you pick it on the tree. I don't know. I'm talking as your child right now. I don't know where you pick it from. I was not shown. Nobody told me how it is. So we keep asking them this question. You think it's easy to make money? Yes, it's easy. Because if it's not easy, then someone should be teaching me. All right? So let's get right to it. Some of the things that we need to do. Okay? So before I go, I want you to know this, that teaching children about money teaches them money-related skills. When you get your children in that space, you start teaching them about money, you begin to teach them skills that are related to money. You begin to teach them skills that are related to money. And when you do this, you introduce them to the concept of startup. You introduce your children to the whole startup concept. That's why a lot of times our children graduate. To even go for an interview, they are shaking. A lot of them do not even know how to put a good CV together, right? They can't even put a good resume together to apply for a job. You read, I remember when I was working as an admin assistant, I was working as the admin assistant in an engineering firm. Okay, and how we would put out jobs, and we want people, right? And I used to be a part of the recruitment process and all of that. You will see applications from graduates. You hold your head, like, what is going on here? Like, what is going on here? So we have people graduate from university and they don't even know how to put a resume together. What's your child not learning that right now? You go breaking head. I don't get, will it break his head? If your 15-year-old is learning, next one, what is that time exactly? So we see our children, when they even come out to venture into business, to venture into anything, they don't have the concept of start. A lot of us do not even have the concept of that. Of some of us had to suffer. Do you know how many businesses I had to do? I mean, do you know how? Do you know? We don't know how to do all of these things because no, everybody was telling us go to school, get a job so that you can get a. Today it's sad that we still do it. Some of us want to finish our children. You must be a doctor, you must be a lawyer. At the back of our minds is still that these are the jobs that will pay you well so that you can have job security. Oh crap. Please, as I said before, there is nothing like job security. And that is enough job security. So let's go. I'm going to give you 5, okay, because the Skill Up Show is a very short show and usually it's supposed to be about 30 minutes. We drop it hot. We drop the tips for you and you can use those tips and begin to apply in your parenting for the week. But more than the tips, you need proper guidance. More than the tips, you need hand holding. More than the tips, and programs where you can learn what to do and where you can put your children so that your children begin to learn with people who are experts and people who are professionals in this area. Nothing beats having people learn or learning from people who have their own, who know their onion, or people who have experiences and people who are grounded in your children, or have your children learn. Let them learn from people who will guide them right. Okay, very, very key. So it's important that we know and things, okay, so that practice is inevitable and you understand that practice is not enough. How consistent that practice is how mastery will happen. So we need to get our children to that space where they can start practicing and they can start growing. About the mastermind at the beginning. In the mastermind circle, the whole of this month, right, we are doing financial knowledge and teaching the children positive financial skills. That's what we've been doing in the mastermind. If you don't know what the mastermind, an account, mentorship, leadership, and accountability group for children between the ages of 6 and 14. What we do there is we take these children and then we with your children, we are working with your children and we are working with you. So it's a triangular relationship where we want to give your children double barrel. You are there supporting them, we are here supporting them. We are giving them the accountability. We help them to set their own goals. We help them to achieve those goals. We follow them up, right, to monitor them and to hold them accountable in the coolest, the calmest, and the sweetest way. It's 3 days, what's going on? Would you need me to help you? What's happening? And then we start having conversations and all of that, right? So we're guiding the children basically. So we introduce, as I said, consolidation is a thing. That boy that's working under Mazi, what that boy is doing every day is consolidation. He's taking what he is learning every day. He's applying what he's learning every day. He's getting better at what he's learning every day. At some point, his oga will not come to work till about 2 a.m. 2 p.m. and 9 o'clock or at 8 o'clock, and he will carry on without his oga from 9 o'clock to 2 o'clock. Confidence Chinedu is building, skill Chinedu is building, intrinsic motivation. It is not oga anymore. Chinedu is doing this because Chinedu is all right, knowing that 5, 6, 8 on business, and this time he has is the time that he needs to learn. Chinedu does not need to be begged in the morning to wake up. Chinedu doesn't need anybody to threaten him for him to get up and go in the morning. Chinedu does not need to be bought at Mr. What is his name's place. Chinedu doesn't need any of that because Chinedu now understands why he is working with Mazi. Chinedu now understands the reason, the why behind what he's doing. Chinedu now understands that this is for his good. Chinedu now is motivated by the fact that if he learns this well, then he can run his own business and he is going to be better than Mazi because he is younger. Yes, Chinedu is usually better than Mazi because Chinedu is learning at a point where Chinedu's brain is in the window period or is in the sensitive period for such learning. So Chinedu is learning in the finest way. Isn't that what happened to, what's his name? Cosmos. Is that what his name is? Cosmos, the owner of Coach Charis. Isn't that what happened? He was placed in an apprenticeship when he was 5 or 6. Right? Cosmos, what's his name? I can't remember. Please, if you remember his name, share with me. But that's what happened to him. That's what happened to him. He started apprenticeship when he was about 6. Now, is it not? I mean, he ended up going to school afterwards. He has how many honorary degrees and all of that. So the apprenticeship system is the system of modeling, watching, being consistently, and this is the mindset behind the mastermind circle. This is the mindset behind, this is the fabric upon which the mastermind system. All right, very, very key. All right, now we also have a course for those of you who don't have your children in the mastermind circle yet. We have a course that is coming up in an introductory course. It is a course where we will be helping your children develop the right money mindset. We want to, that's where it starts. It all starts from the mind, okay? So we want to start by helping them develop the right money mindset. We want to teach them about the right money mindset, first of all. Then the next thing is we are going to start teaching your children how to make money, the importance of money, okay, and how to make money. Now, we will be helping these children look inside, okay, and identify their superpower. Yes, alongside you. Okay, there are questions, there are things we're going to do with the children, activities that will give us an idea, all right, so that we can now point them towards those things. All right, then the other part that we're going to go through 4 modules with the children. We'll go through 4 modules with the children, and we'll go through 1 module with you, the parents. After that, we're going to have a whole 2 weeks accountability session. In that 2 weeks, your children would have identified the things that they want to earn, okay? We will work with them to think of platforms that they can use today to make their first step towards consolidation, all right, towards practice, so that they can begin to practice. And now we can't talk about skills, making money and all of that without impact. Okay, so we will create an opportunity where they can begin to exercise, they can begin to hone these skills, even if it means just honing it to impact other people. All right, in these 2 weeks, they will actually set 3 goals that they will achieve in these 2 weeks, and we'll be with them. Okay, at the end of the day, we will hand you a child that has the right money mindset, a child who understands how money works, a child who has built the right money habits. Okay, the child who now understands the right money habits and will begin to practice those right money habits. And we would expect you to work with your child to begin to practice those right money habits straight up. All right. And then, of course, after the project, then your child will be busy because your child now has something that will keep the child, just like Chinedu that is working with Mazi, Your child will wake up like Chinedu and have something apart from school at the back of his mind where he's practicing the way Chinedu is practicing every day. No wonder our children are not, they can't even scratch the surface when it comes to street smartness, okay, with these children that are about their age. With the right, I mean, take one of those Chinedu and hand them to me. Hand me one of the Chinedu, yes, the one that didn't even step into school after primary 6. Hand me one of those Chinedu, and I promise you, Chinedu will come out like as a teenager. Teenager will come out as in his late teens or in his early, adulthood, and you will be amazed at what Chinedu is. When the children are that way when they're that way on the streets, by the time you bring in education, I'm telling you, they do well. They do well. Do you know why? Because right there, while he's under Mazi, he is learning a lot of skills that are relevant even in the classroom. All right? Skills that will be relevant even in the classroom. So all he needs is get an education at some point, add it to the skills that he already knows, and boom, Chinedu will blow. Chinedu will excel. Okay, so please, we need to put our children in that space that just like Chinedu, they are practicing every day. Okay, number one, get your children to do jobs. Okay, introduce jobs in your home. And I'm not saying that you pay your children for every chore that they do at home. That's not what I'm saying. Okay, outside the chore in your home, we're looking at how you can help your children monetize their skill. Outside the chore in their home, look at the things that your children love to do. I told you there are some intrinsic things that your children have. It could be that child that is just really finicky about cleanliness and everything. Now you want to look for a chore. You want to make that child the one who cleans the freezer. You want to make the child, you want to put up an advert for a job in your home where the child can pick. You will realize the child will gravitate towards that one, or you can suggest it to the child because you know that the child actually pays attention to detail. For instance, I will put a job to wash the toilets for my son. I'll put a job like that, right? Wash 3 of the toilets in a day, and I put a salary, put a bonus, whatever I want to call it, to it. If he agrees to take the job, that he will wash 3 toilets every day and be paid, or wash 3 toilets twice or 3 times in a week, it depends on what you think is fair based on your family dynamics. Because I know that when our son washes the toilet, I will sit down there and I will eat food because he is like that. I'll probably give him a job also, like to tidy my wardrobe. Now you want to give them the jobs that you would do on your own or have some other person do for you. Now you're giving them a chance to earn some money. You're giving them some chance to interact with money. You're giving them some chance to tie hard work and money together, because the reality of life is the fact that you cannot separate making money and hard work. Okay, so why are we always offering our children money? Why are we always giving our children money for free without any work done? They won't be able to associate money or making money with hard work. Hi, Chidima, I see you. How are you doing? It's good to have you here. Kuti Balogun, thank you. It's good to have you here, Kuti. All right. So if we want to teach our children, please let's teach our children with reality at the back of our minds. Why are we doing like this? Why are we teaching them as if the world that they belong to is different from the one that you belong to? Anything you're teaching your children, if you're not able to tie it or bring it down to the reality of life today, you are not doing the child a good service. You're doing them a disservice. You are absolutely doing them a disservice. So at every point as a parent, every time you think of indulging your children, please indulge them from a place of reality. Whatever you're doing with your children. I know we are all believers. I'm a huge believer also. Okay, I am a believer, and I know we will live our full lifespan and all of that. But hey, there is the will of the master. If the master decides to call you today and say, you know something, my faithful servants, come and rest. We are done with you for now. How is that child going to cope? Have you taught the child? Have you taught the child the reality of life? Have you taught him the reality of life? Now, when that happens, or if that happens, and I know this is the point you want me to add God forbid, or yeah, God forbid. But if that happens today, what will the reality be for your child? Daddy, I mean, let's assume is the mother. Daddy's gonna get another wife. Would he? I don't know. Is he gonna end up with grandma? I don't know. He's gonna end up with his auntie? I don't know. What is it going to be? Now, this auntie, this grandma, this whoever, are they going to take it that he doesn't want to eat beans, he wants to eat pizza? He doesn't want to eat this. I mean, raise your children with the reality that is on. I mean, raise them with reality at the back of your mind. Okay, whatever you are doing, let reality be your motivation. The real life, real world, what obtains there. Let it be your motivation, right? So offer them those jobs that you know that they have intrinsic ability, or that they have interest, or they have, that they just do better than other people. All right. I told you I'll get my son to wash the toilet. Okay. That's going to be one of the job offers that are open for this month, for the rest of the month for him and all of that. So do that, get them something like that. Number two, let your children, and then when you do that, put a salary to it, put a full job offer for them, let them apply for the job, have an interview with them, agree on how much you're going to pay them and all of that. And that way, you are teaching them financial skills. You are teaching them the reality of the real world. And of course, they get to earn some money. Okay. Number two, you want to, for your children, you want to have whatever your children do well, look for how they can put it in a way that someone will be willing to pay for. For instance, it could be daddy's birthday and you have a child who makes amazing cards. Why are you going out to the store to go and buy some, pre-written card? Why are you going to the store to buy some pre-written card that, you just carry and then hand to him? Why are you buying cards for $2 and $5 when you can have your child make a nice card for your husband, for you, yes, for you, mommy, okay, or you, daddy? Have him make a nice card. What will happen is it will make him pay attention to details. It will make him put in more effort. You will make him do all of that. Why don't you go ahead and do that? Let him do this and then you pay him for it. So it could be other crafts, it could be other things that they do, it could be other skills that they have. Okay, so get them to do these things, okay, that they know how to do, and then rather than them going out, you can pay for it. And that's where, as you do it from your home and you encourage them, you realize they can actually knock on the doors of the neighbors and let them know that I do this if you would like. If your child is into crafts and stuff, why don't you get them to do wristbands and things like that? All ideas. They will be practicing, they will be earning some small bonus or stipends or whatever you want to call it, salary, from doing all of this. Number three, all right? Number three, get your children to start producing something. Okay, get your children to produce something that solves, a problem around them. Let them produce something that solves a problem around them. It could be anything. It could be lemonades, could be juices, and all of that. Yes, you make juices at home from time to time. So rather than do all of that, go to the market, get it to become your child's activity, and then let him do it, put it, freeze it, and you pay for it at a reduced price. So yes, you probably would have to. Some of us, we buy all those juices, from outside when we're coming home and all of that. And you pay, let's use the price in Nigeria. Okay, you pay 1,000 for them, 700. Why don't you get your child to learn to do these things and then pay them the same amount or pay them a little less for it? Okay, it could be something that you could do, okay, but then offer it to them as an option, okay, and let them do it and let them continue with this. With this, they can move from just your home to the neighbors and all of that. That way, they are earning little money and all of that, okay? All right, number four, get your children to do things for the neighbors, or do things that are needed per time. You could have a friend that is going out of town that has a dog, okay, and needs someone to feed the dog, walk the dog, and all of that. It's not very common around here, but for those of you in the West, okay, he could walk the neighbor's dog, he could mow the neighbor's compound. You have these neighbors, that you see their compound is what do you call it? the grass around the compound is really high. You could get the child to go in there the first day and offer to do it for free. Hi, Mr. Dan, would you like me to mow your lawn for you and all that, right? He gets to mow it for him. And well, I mean, by the time Mr. Daniel's saying, oh, thank you so much and all of that, he's like, okay, yeah, I just wanted to let you know that I do this. So if you want this, I could do it for you for $10, $5. So, but let him get entry first, so that the first day is not just walking there and say, oh, I want to do it, can you pay me? Let him offer to do it for free the first time, okay? And that gives him the opportunity to come in and say, yeah, I mean, nice job and all of that. Yeah, I could do this for you more often if you want. Okay, I'm just going to charge you something really small, this. Get your children to get into that space where they do something like that, right? Am I making sense? All right. So if you like to be a part of the did I tell you the name of that course? I said, did I mention it? It's Raising a Financially Smart Child. That's the name of the course, and it's 7,500 naira. It starts in 4 days' time. It's an amazing, amazing course. If you would like your child to be a part of it, I'm just going to put the information right here. I'm going to put the information right here, scrolling. All right. So if you like your child to be a part of it, the information is right there. You can just key in and use that. Right. Yeah, you can use that. So our son started doing something like that. I didn't start it at home. He started selling juice when he was 9. Was it 9? Yeah, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. He's been doing it for about 4 years. It was a project in school. He came home and then he got into the project from school, a club in school. So they gave him a capital and told him to multiply it or to, and then return the capital. So he did it and he made 4 times the amount they gave him, returned the capital, came back home and said he wanted to continue. And so he was making juices. At the time, he started with just one variant, orange juice. With time, he moved on from making 10 bottles to 20 bottles, 30 bottles, 40 bottles. And today he makes between, he actually makes more. So he sells between 30 and 60 bottles, in a week. Some week he will sell a whole 30 bottles, other weeks 40, sometimes 50, sometimes 60. He sells that, so he's moved from, where he started. He's doing more things now. And he's moved from making just 2,000 naira profit. Now sometimes he makes as much as 20,000, 30,000 profits, or more in the month and all of that. I mean, it's not so huge, but it is something, right? It is something. You give your children the power, right? The power to pay for small things. They're small extras, right? So that your children are not running to you for every tiny little things. You should get your children to the space where they can say to you, oh, mom, I need to get this. And you're like, oh, if you can pay for half of it, I'm willing to give you half. And your children can go back to something that they can do. Right? They can go back to something that they can do and do it. All right? You could get them to do chores like washing the car, any chore like that they can do at home. Very, very key. So I've talked about taking up jobs in the house, right? I've talked about that. I've talked about you ordering crafts, what they can do with their hand, the things that they have skills for. You can do that. I've talked about them helping the neighbors. They can help the neighbors to do their small tasks. Okay, I've talked about them starting a small business like the juice business, making candy, cookies, cakes, cupcakes, and all of that. Let them start from selling to the people at home, and then they move on to, other people, right? It could be if your child pay attention to the skills that your children have. If your child has skill in certain areas, right? Your child has skill in certain areas, for instance, public speaking. You can get your children to begin to do what? You get them to begin to do that service to people. Our son also started a YouTube channel when he was 8. He started a YouTube channel for a whole year, 2 years. Okay, for the first 1 year, we went first year first. For the first 1 year, he would put up videos just to teach children, topics in science and all of that. So there are a lot of children who their parents will say, oh, they didn't understand this. When they watched his video, it made more sense, because that's a 7-year-old teaching, a topic for a 5-year-old, a 7-year-old, 10-year-old, 12-year-old, and they can understand better with it coming from a child's perspective. Some of our children, number 4, some of our children are into gaming. They love to game and all of that. So if your child games well, and your child loves to game and he games pretty well, you can get the child to start doing what? To start streaming live, isn't it? He can stream live on YouTube and have people join him and all of that. They make money from those things. Okay. And then as he gets followers, even gets to the point, YouTube begins to pay him, isn't it? If your child is good at drawing and things like that, you can get them to begin a franchise, small franchise, making t-shirts. Okay. It could start from home. Okay. He loves to draw. He loves to, so he draws and then he crafts, really nice things. And then you have it done on a t-shirt. He can do the t-shirt for everyone in the family and then you pay him. You wear these t-shirts and people will be like, nice. And oh, my son made it and all of that. And then you can also get people, the neighbors, family members and all of that. And that way the child is making little stipends in the corner, isn't it? Your child loves to write. He loves to draw. Okay, he loves to draw, he likes to write short stories. Why not? Let them write the story, let them illustrate the story, put it together, send it to an auditor, and then upload it on Amazon. Why not? These are all little ways, okay? I'm sure you have other ones that you can think of right now that I'm giving you some ideas. Your child loves to play chess. We have children in the mastermind who do that, who are good at chess. And so they play chess on YouTube, okay? And they have people subscribe to the channel, learn the ropes and all of that. You can do that. There are so many things around us. So many things around us. You can get your child to do tutorials. Your child is so good at math. You can help him to do tutorials online for children who are struggling. They will join him and all of that. Okay, at some points, you can get him to do programs where other people join and all of that. Our son started in the mastermind circle. It was his idea, okay? And it was his idea first. We got into that space. It was his idea with his coach. He was working with his coach and the idea came and all of that. What did I do? I stepped in there to help give it life. Okay, I step in to help him give it life. And today he's growing with other children. He's growing with other children, has his own struggles. The other children have their struggles. Everybody's growing together. But see what we're making out of the mastermind. But then we could only do that because he had a strength that we were focusing on. Okay, public speaking was a strength for him. I say he rules the mic. So he usually will say to me, Mommy, you rule the screen, I rule the mic. Because if you wake my child up and you hand him a mic, he will step on any stage and he will do his thing and walk away, because this was it was natural. It comes easy for him. All right. It comes easily for him and all of that. So we had to help him look for ways where he will continue to practice this. He is being a Chinedu where this skill is concerned. And that's what we're trying to say to you. But each of us do the apprenticeship system with our children. Look at me. I am here doing this. I'm constantly modeling to him what it means to have an audience, interact with your audience, show up for your audience. So if nothing else, I am like Mr. Mazi to my son who is into the kind of thing that I do. So I am constantly modeling to him. I am constantly teaching him. He finishes a session and I'm saying to him, you are not doing this right. You did this awesome job. You could look at this next time and all of that. This is training. And then next time he's up here to do it again, this is him showing up, practicing consistently. So this is him showing up as Chinedu shows up in Mr. Mazi's shop. This is the same thing that Festus, why can't I remember his name? The owner of Koshari's. This is the same thing that he said he did. All right. So thank you very much. I'm going to have to stop here today. It's a Skill Up show. It's supposed to be a short show, but today we have ended up doing 1 hour again. All right, I hope you got value from this session. If you're watching on YouTube and you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, it's a good time to hit the subscription button and hit on the bell button. so that you you get reminders or notification when we go live. All right. So if you got value from this session, let us know that you did. If you would like to be a part of the Raising a Financially Smart Child course that is starting in 4 days' time, the details are right there in the comment section. You can use that and then pay, and then of course send us the proof of payment. All right, it will be an amazing experience for your child, and the parent session is something you don't want to miss. Yes, yes, yes. And if you would like your child to be a part of the mastermind circle, it's a circle that every child should belong to. The next course for the mastermind begins on September 1st, 2023, but you can get your child in right away by taking a space in our wait lists. Okay, our waiting lists. You can book a slot on that waiting list with just 5,000 naira. Ordinarily, the mastermind is 50,000 naira for the entire year. It's a yearly subscription, but we allow you do installments, so you can start paying gradually from now until September when we begin this mastermind. When I say 50,000, some people will be like, it's expensive, but hey, it's just about 4,000 naira a month. No lesson teacher in the entire world, not even the one in my village, gets paid 4,000 per month. And they don't even scratch the surface when it comes to what we do in the mastermind. The mastermind, where we are children every day, every week, every month, throughout the entire year. Motivation, they get training every month, they get pair training every week, every 2 weeks. They get pair training, they get training from experts, they get daily accountability. It's just the whole vibe. Okay, it's a whole vibe. They have pair mentorship and pair inspiration. It's just the whole vibe. Affirmations, it's just the whole vibe. So no lesson teacher is going to give you what we do here for just 4,000 naira per month. It's the cheapest you will get anywhere, and yet it's nothing like anything out there. All right, it's amazing. It's nothing. It's different. It's its own thing altogether. Thank you very much for joining me again today. Thank you for being a part of this Skill Up show. I hope you got value today. If you did, please let me know in the comments. And if you have a friend that needs to catch the replay, share the link with them on Facebook and tag them on Facebook and share the link with them on YouTube. Thank you and have a fantastic rest of the day. My name is Maribel Chima, the proud matron of the Mastermind Circle and the founder of the Parenting Through Mentorship Academy and PT Resources. Now I'm signing out. Bye. Bye.